I manifested absolutely nothing for 18 days straight. Every single viral manifestation method failed. The 3-6-9 technique, scripting, pillow method, quantum jumping, none of it worked. I was ready to call it all fake. But then something shifted on day 19 that I didn't expect. And by day 30, I had $10,000 I couldn't explain. Let me show you exactly what happened. For 30 days, I turned myself into a human experiment. I wanted to answer one question that nobody on TikTok or YouTube will answer honestly. Do any of these viral manifestation trends actually work, or is it all just algorithm bait? Because everywhere you scroll, someone's claiming they manifested their dream life overnight, money appearing from nowhere, exes texting back through energy work, people saying they shifted timelines just by drinking water from 2 different cups. So I tested every single one. No skipping days, no shortcuts, no telling anyone what I was doing. My goal was specific and terrifying. Manifest $10,000 out of thin air by the end of 30 days. No side hustles. No asking anyone for money. Just pure manifestation the way these creators claim it works. Here's what actually happened. Week 1 was absolute chaos. I started with the 3-6-9 method, the one everyone swears changed their life. You write your desire 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. Sounds simple, right? By day 3, my hand was cramping, my focus was gone, and I felt like I was losing my mind writing the same sentence 18 times a day. But here's where it got weird. On day 5, I started seeing the number 10,000 everywhere. On receipts, timestamps, random license plates. Even a YouTube video thumbnail I scrolled past had 10K in bold letters. Coincidence? Maybe, but it pulled me in deeper. Next, I tried scripting. This is where you write out your dream life in past tense, as if it already happened. I spent an entire Sunday afternoon writing pages about waking up financially free, completely calm, living exactly how I wanted, and I wasn't ready for how emotionally heavy it felt. The moment I started writing, I am so grateful I now have $10,000. My brain fought back hard. Every limiting belief I didn't know I had surfaced. Every doubt. Every, "Who are you to have this?" thought flooded in. That's when I realized something manifestation wasn't just about writing words or saying affirmations. It was about who I was being in between the techniques, the identity I was carrying every single day. By the end of week 1, I had doubt, frustration, but also this magnetic pull to keep going. Like something invisible was watching, testing how serious I really was, so I doubled down. Week 2, I went deeper into the methods people claim produce instant results. The pillow technique, the whisper method, subliminals playing while I slept. And that's when things got really strange. In the next part, I'll show you what happened when I stopped doing manifestation techniques and accidentally stumbled into the one thing that actually changed everything. Week 2 started with the pillow method, and I was still optimistic. If you haven't heard of this one, it's dead simple. You write your desire on a piece of paper, fold it up, and sleep with it under your pillow for 7 consecutive nights. The idea is that while you're asleep, your subconscious mind absorbs the message and starts reprogramming your beliefs around it. I grabbed a torn piece of notebook paper and wrote in bold letters, "I have $10,000 in my bank account right now." I folded it carefully, tucked it under my pillow, and went to sleep. Night 1? Nothing. Night 2? Still nothing. By night 4, I was waking up with a stiff neck and a crumpled piece of paper that felt more like a joke than a manifestation tool. No vivid dreams. No sudden insights. No random checks in the mail. Just me, tired and confused, wondering if I was wasting my time. But I kept going because I made a promise to myself. 30 days, no quitting. Next up was the 2-cup method, and this one had millions of views on TikTok. People swore it worked instantly. Here's how it goes. You take 2 cups. On one cup, you write your current reality. On the other, you write your desired reality. You fill the first cup with water, then pour it into the second cup, while visualizing yourself shifting into that new reality. Then you drink the water. And supposedly, you quantum jump into a parallel universe where your desire already exists. I know. It sounds wild. But at this point, I was willing to try anything. I labeled my first cup, struggling financially. I labeled the second cup, $10,000 in my account. I filled the first cup with cold water, closed my eyes, and imagined myself stepping through an invisible doorway into a reality where money flowed easily to me. I poured the water slowly into the second cup, focusing as hard as I could. Then I drank it. And I waited. Day 10, day 11, day 12. Nothing. No shift, no signs, no mysterious deposits. Just me, drinking water, feeling slightly ridiculous. By day 12, frustration was eating at me. I started spiraling into doubt. Maybe this whole thing was a scam. Maybe manifestation only worked for people who already had money, connections, or luck. Maybe I was missing some secret ingredient that nobody talks about in their 60-second TikTok videos. But I couldn't quit. Not yet. So I moved on to subliminals. Subliminals are audio tracks with hidden affirmations embedded underneath music, rain sounds, or white noise. The affirmations are pitched so low that your conscious mind can't hear them, but your subconscious supposedly picks them up and starts rewiring your beliefs. I found a popular money manifestation subliminal on YouTube with over 2 million views. The comments were filled with people saying things like, "I manifested $5,000 in 3 days," and "This changed my life." So I downloaded it and played it on loop every single night while I slept 8 hours straight. For 7 nights. And here's where things got weird. I started having intense dreams about money, but not good dreams. I dreamed about losing money, about people stealing from me, about being broke and panicking. I woke up multiple times in a cold sweat, heart racing, feeling like I was being chased by something I couldn't see. At first, I thought the subliminal was backfiring, but then I read something online that made sense. Sometimes when you start reprogramming your subconscious, it purges old fears and limiting beliefs first. It's like your mind is clearing out the old programming to make room for the new. So even though it felt terrible, I kept going. By the end of week 2, I was exhausted. Physically, mentally, emotionally drained. I had tried 6 different viral methods, and none of them had produced a single dollar. But something was shifting under the surface, I just couldn't see it yet. Week 3 started with the whisper method, and this one actually gave me hope. The whisper method is simple, but powerful. You lie down, close your eyes, and imagine someone you trust. A friend, a mentor, even your future self. Whispering your affirmation directly into your ear, over and over. Until you fall asleep, I imagined a calm, confident voice. My own voice, but stronger, whispering to me, "You have $10,000. You have $10,000. You have $10,000. And for the first time in 2 weeks, I felt something, not proof, not results, but a flicker of belief. A tiny spark of possibility that maybe, just maybe, this could actually be real. I fell asleep to that whisper, and I woke up feeling lighter. But by midday, the feeling faded. Doubt crept back in, and I was back to square one. Next, I tried the SATS technique. State akin to sleep. This is one of Neville Goddard's core methods. You relax your body completely, get into a drowsy state right before sleep, and then loop a short scene in your mind that implies your desire is already fulfilled. For my scene, I imagined logging into my bank account and seeing $10,000. I imagined the relief flooding through my chest, the exhale, the smile, the thought, "It's finally here." I looped that scene over and over, every night for 5 nights. And again, nothing external changed. But internally, I was starting to notice something. Every time I did the technique, a part of me resisted. A voice in my head would say, "This isn't real. You're just pretending. nothing's going to change. And I realized that was the problem. I wasn't actually assuming it was real. I was hoping it would become real. I was waiting for external proof to convince me. But assumption doesn't wait for proof. Assumption is proof. That realization hit me hard on day 17. I had been doing all these techniques from a place of lack. I was trying to get something I didn't have. I was doing manifestation to fix my reality, not to embody a new one. And that's when I understood why nothing was working. Manifestation isn't about doing techniques to change the outside world. It's about shifting who you are on the inside so that the outside world reflects it. But I still didn't know how to actually do that. By day 18, I was completely burned out. I had tested every viral method I could find. I had written, visualized, affirmed, scripted, listened, whispered, and quantum jumped. And I had nothing to show for it. I went to bed that night feeling defeated. I didn't do any techniques. I didn't set an intention. I didn't even think about the $10,000. I just laid there, exhausted, and let go. And that's when everything changed. Day 19 started differently. Not because something external happened, but because something inside me shifted without me trying. I woke up and didn't immediately check my bank account like I had been doing every single morning for 18 days. I didn't feel the anxiety. I didn't feel the need to force anything. Instead, I asked myself a question I had never truly asked before. How would I feel right now if I already had $10,000? Not as a visualization exercise, not as an affirmation, but as a genuine, honest inquiry into my own being. And instead of imagining it or trying to fake the feeling, I just dropped into it. I felt the calm, the security, the quiet confidence, the sense that I didn't need to chase anything because it was already mine. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was just a gentle, natural knowing. And from that space, I got out of bed and moved through my day completely differently. I made my coffee slowly, like someone who wasn't rushing or stressed. I sat outside for 10 minutes and just breathed, like someone who had time and space. I walked to the store with my shoulders back and my head up, like someone who felt abundant. I wasn't pretending. I wasn't performing. I was just being. And for the first time in weeks, I felt like the version of myself who already had what I wanted. Nothing external had changed yet, but everything internal had. By day 20, I noticed something strange. Opportunities started appearing that I hadn't been looking for. A former client I hadn't spoken to in 6 months sent me an email asking if I was available for a project. It was completely out of the blue. No prior conversation, no follow-up, just a random message that landed in my inbox at 9 a.m. The project? $3,500. I stared at the email for a full minute, unsure if it was real, but I didn't react with desperation or disbelief. I responded calmly, professionally, like someone who expected opportunities like this to come to them. We finalized the deal that same day. Day 23, another message. A brand I had pitched to 4 weeks ago. A pitch I had completely forgotten about. Finally responded. They apologized for the delay and said they wanted to move forward. The pay? $4,200. By now, I was starting to see a pattern. These weren't random coincidences. These were responses to a shift in my energy, my state of being, my assumption. I wasn't chasing. I wasn't desperate. I wasn't trying to force anything. I was just living as if it was already done. And reality was rearranging itself to match that. By day 26, I had $8,100 that didn't exist. 3 weeks ago, I was close. So close. And then, on day 29, something completely unexpected happened. I got an email notification from a service I had used 2 years ago. It was a refund. Apparently, I had been overcharged on a subscription I forgot I even had, and they were issuing a reimbursement. The amount? $1,900. I sat there, staring at my phone in complete disbelief. That brought my total to $10,000. No, $10,100 to be exact. I had done it, but not in the way I thought I would. I didn't manifest the money by doing the techniques, I manifested it by becoming the person who already had it. Here's what I finally understood after 30 days of trial, error, frustration, and breakthrough. The techniques, the 369 method, scripting, subliminals, the pillow method, quantum jumping, none of them are magic spells. They're not rituals that bend reality. They're tools designed to shift your internal state. But if you use them mechanically, without actually embodying the feeling of already having what you want, they don't work. You can write your desire 1,000 times. You can visualize for hours. You can drink water from 50 different cups. But if you're doing it from a place of lack, if you're doing it because you don't have it yet and you're trying to get it, you're reinforcing the very state you're trying to escape. The real secret, the one that nobody tells you in those 60-second viral videos, is this. Manifestation is not about doing. It's about being. Neville Goddard called it, living in the end. You don't wait for your desire to show up before you feel fulfilled. You feel fulfilled now, as though it's already done, and that state of being becomes the bridge that brings it into your physical reality. When I was doing all those techniques in weeks 1 and 2, I was operating from a mindset of, I don't have this, and I need to do something to get it. That's lack. And lack creates more lack. But on day 19, I stopped trying to get it. I stopped waiting for proof. I stopped checking my bank account every morning, hoping something had magically changed. I just assumed it was already mine. And from that assumption, I moved, thought, and acted differently. I made decisions like someone who was financially secure. I walked through the world with calm confidence. I responded to opportunities without desperation. And the universe, or reality, or whatever you want to call it, responded in kind. The opportunities didn't feel forced. They felt natural, inevitable, like they were always meant to happen. Because here's the truth that changed everything for me. Manifestation isn't about controlling the outside world. It's about shifting your inner world so completely that the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. When you truly assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, not as a technique, but as your actual state of being, you start to notice different things. You make different choices. You attract different opportunities. Not because you're doing more, but because you're being different. So if you're trying to manifest something right now and it feels like nothing's working, ask yourself this. Are you doing techniques to try to get something you believe you don't have? Or are you living as the person who already has it? Because the first approach keeps you trapped in the energy of lack. The second approach is what actually creates change. After 30 days, I didn't just manifest $10,000. I became the version of myself who naturally receives abundance. I shifted my identity. And that shift is worth infinitely more than any amount of money. That's the real manifestation. That's what actually works. Not the methods, the state.